and gentlemen, we just witnessed another all-time performance from one of the greatest athletes to ever grace the track. It's Jacob Ingebritsgen from Norway, and what he just did only further solidifies that he is the greatest middle-distance athlete in the world right now. At the 2023 Bislett Games in Oslo, Norway, we saw many incredible performances from many of the world's greatest athletes, and at the very, very end of this competition was the men's 1500 meters, which was without question one of the fastest, if not the all-time fastest, men's 1500 race to ever occur. In this event, we have the 2021 Olympic champion Jacob Ingebritsgen, we have the 3:28 athlete in Mohamed Katir, we have the new up-and-coming runner from the United States, Jared Nuguse, we have the 2019 world champion Timothy Chariot, and we also have a plethora of sub-330 athletes, including Josh Kerr and Abel Kipsang. On paper, this really was one of the biggest races of the year so far in any event, and as the race unfolded, it quickly became apparent that something very quick would be required to take the victory. Now, one of the big uncertainties about this race coming into it was whether or not Jacob Ingebritsgen would attack the world record, which goes all the way back to 1998 from Hicham El Guerrouj, and this time stands at 3 minutes and 26 seconds flat. Now, not only is this a huge world record, but it's well over 2 seconds beyond Jacob Ingebrigtsen's current personal best. In yesterday's press conference, someone actually made a joke that if Jacob could break the world record, then they would actually build a statue of Jacob Ingebritsgen. And while this wasn't an all-out serious claim, Jacob took him at his word and did say that it was possible. And as this race unfolded, it did become apparent that Jacob is in historic fitness. Through the opening 400, the lead pacer hit a time of 55.47 seconds, which is just outside of world record tempo. And then through the opening 800 meters, the lead pacer split a time of 1 minute 51.68 seconds. Now, the amazing part of Hicham El Guerrouj's world record was that his average lap pace was actually under 55 seconds. So through the opening 800 meters, if they wanted to be on world record tempo, they would actually need to be under 1 minute and 50 seconds. At this point, the world record would be extremely challenging to attain. However, if they did throw down a very quick final lap, potentially it could be attained. At this point in the race, Jacob was still holding form very close behind the lead pacer, and with about 1 lap to run, it became apparent that a sub-330 clocking was almost inevitable. Now, through the 1200 meter split, the leaders split a time of 246.91. If you're ever under 247 through the 1200 meter split, you are absolutely flying. And at this point, with a fast final 300, Jacob very much could do something special. Over the final 200 meters, it was really down to Jacob Ingebritsgen and Mohamed Katir, and with his recent newfound incredible kicking abilities, Jacob powered away from Katir over the final 100, and he finished first in this race in 3 minutes 27.95 seconds. And this was clearly one of the big time barriers on Jacob Ingebrigtsen's mind, as he let out a huge scream upon crossing the finish line. This 327.95 now places Jacob Ingebritsgen as one of only 6 athletes to ever dip under 328, and in addition to being a world lead and meeting record time, this was also a new European record for Jacob Ingebritsgen. Finishing in second was Mo Katir in 328.89, and finishing in third with a massive personal record of exactly 4 seconds was Jared Nuguse at 329.02, a North American record for this athlete. Finishing in fourth was Timothy Chariot in 329.08, and as we continue down this finishing results list, just look at how many people broke 3 minutes and 30 seconds. We saw 8 athletes break 3:30 in this 1:1500, which I have yet to check, but this very well could be the deepest and fastest men's 1500 of all time. Even outside of 3:30, we had Josh Kerr run a 3:30.07, an incredible time, and he finished 9th. Just to be in the top 10 here, you had to be well under 3 minutes and 31 seconds. And full respect goes to Josh Kerr, Neil Gorley, Abel Kipsang, and also Andreas Almgren from Sweden, who ran a new national record at 3:32. This was one of the most high-intensity and exciting 1500 races that I have ever seen, and up front, making history once again, was Jacob Ingebritsgen, who is genuinely looking close to untouchable for 2023. With this performance, and again a strong final finishing 100 here, it is apparent that Jacob still has a little bit more left in the tank. And while the world record is still a ways away, in fact it's quite the distance away at just under 2 seconds, many people are genuinely starting to ask the question as to whether or not Jacob does have what it takes to reach the mythical barrier of 3:26. Honestly, I have no clue whether or not he will do that, and he did say recently that it certainly will be one of the biggest challenges of his running career to attack that record. But one thing is for certain, Jacob Ingebritsgen is currently reaching insane levels of speed, and I would love to see him attack other records, such as the 2,000 meters and the 3,000 meters, at some point this season. This was an amazing race, and I would love to know from all of you how fast you think Jacob Ingebritsgen will run this season in all of his events, and how fast you think he'll run in the future in the 1500. Thanks for watching, everyone, and as always, until next time.